Hello, in today's news, prayers and blessings for those affected by last year's Christchurch earthquake have been given at a public memorial service today. It's been 12 months to the day since a 6.3 magnitude quake rocked the city, taking 185 lives. Bishop Victoria Matthews was among those to speak at the service today. She wished God's peace on those who lost loved ones and who were injured physically, mentally or spiritually. The service wrapped up with the release of 185 monarch butterflies representing those who lost their lives in the tragedy. Families laid wreaths, but the key message was resilience, rising up and rebuilding homes, businesses and lives. Locals stood up and spoke of their pride and love for the city and say they're glad they stayed. And it's been a day of mixed emotions for the Earthquake Recovery Minister. He says many other people around the country will be feeling exactly the same. Jerry Brownie says a lot of people don't know whether to feel happy or sad a year on from the devastating quake. He says it's appropriate we show consideration and concern for those who've lost loved ones, but there's also a lot of positive stuff going on in the city as the rebuilding process steps up. Meanwhile, calls to turn Christchurch's ruined cathedral into a permanent quake memorial are being met with a resounding no from the Earthquake Recovery Minister. Outspoken Cantabrian Joe Bennett says the fallen steeple would testify to the force that shook the city a year ago today. But Jerry Brownie says if Joe Bennett thinks they're going to leave a pile of rubble in Cathedral Square as some kind of memorial, he is, quote, out to lunch, unquote. To the rest of tonight's news, despite strong opposition from the Crown, Kim.com has been granted bail as he awaits an extradition hearing that won't be heard until August. His lawyer successfully argued that the Mega Upload founders' 3 co-accused were awarded bail, so he should be too. Nelson Tasman Civil Defence says they're keeping a close eye on the weather situation as heavy rain starts to pelt the district. 250 millimetres of rain has been forecast to fall over 24 hours in the Golden Bay Ranges and another 150 millimetres for the Richmond Ranges. Australia's Prime Minister appears ready to deal once and for all with her predecessor Kevin Rudd. It's being reported that Julia Gillard plans to call for a vote on the Labour leadership next Tuesday. She's said to be ready to sack Mr Rudd as Foreign Minister and reshuffle her cabinet. Back home, and 2 brothers have told a High Court jury they were shocked and surprised to be confronted with guns and searched when they were taken to an alleged military camp in the Ureweras. They've given evidence at the trial of the so-called Urewera 4 in Auckland. And that's all from me for this evening and from all of us. Ka kite anō. And if you're watching in Christchurch, kia kaha. Bye for now.